Hey y'all, I just wanted to add something to my previous video. If you guys haven't checked it out, you should check it out. The video is called something about being woke 24/7. Something about being woke 24/7. I just put it out too, But I was just like talking to God, and it's like it even says this in Jeremiah 8, where God is saying basically like people are not happy. His people are not happy because it's like his people that he has sent here to do certain things. It's like everyone is so caught up in being in a box to the point where they try to get other people to be in a box. And I'm not talking about just people in the church or Bible. I'm talking about in general, even people in the spiritual community. It's like you're taking yourself out of one box and you're putting yourself into another box. And God is saying, my people are not happy. And his people are the ones that are ones that have these gifts that are called. And it's it's already hard enough being someone said something about being an apostle, and it's hard enough for them being an apostle sometimes because of this. It's hard enough being a pastor, apostle, a prophet. Even if you're not one of these, just having gifts, it's hard enough having that. Why would God not want you to have a good life in the 3D world if you already have to have a little bit of a hard time being in the spiritual, being gifted and having gifts of the spiritual? Why would he not want you to have a good life in the 3D? That's why I said everything can't just be based on spiritual 24/7, or you'll drive yourself crazy, or you're more immune to attacks that way. You got to have a balance, because God doesn't want you to be unhappy. God wants you to be happy. And like I said, it's hard enough having these gifts. It's like, why wouldn't he want you to be happy in the physical? I'm not perfect. I have gifts, extremely high gifts. I'm not perfect. But when I'm wrong, God always checks me and says stuff. Like, he checks me. He comes through. I can't tell you how much time Jesus came through this week in my sleep. But not nothing bad. He came through to tell me I was doing a good job. So I know like everything I'm doing is right. I know I'm on the right path 100% because he lets me know. Right? So it's like he doesn't want y'all to be unhappy. He wants y'all to still be happy. But because people put you in a box, it makes you feel like you can't do certain things. You're walking on eggshells. Being in the world, you're walking on eggshells. You're not supposed to be walking on eggshells in the physical realm. You're not supposed to be walking on eggshells. Period. God doesn't want you walking on eggshells. You're already walking on eggshells spiritually because of your gifts, and you got to use your discernment all the time. Yes, you're supposed to use your discernment. God wants us to be happy. He doesn't want to restrict us. He does not want to restrict us. That's why in Jeremiah 8, he was upset, and he was saying in Jeremiah 8, like, my people are not happy. Because it's like, yes, you're preaching stuff to them, but then at the same time, you're telling them they're going to be happy, but at the same time, you're also controlling them and restricting them. And that goes in any area, not just for people in the church and stuff, any area. Because in the spiritual community, they do that too. I'm too woke to do this, do that. And they grudge people who actually get to live their life and travel and do a lot of stuff, right? Don't restrict yourself. God doesn't want you restricting yourself. Build a relationship with him and he'll show you what to do, But don't be restricting yourself, because that's the problem. Don't focus mainly on just one thing, one aspect. He wants y'all to live a fulfilling life and be happy. So you have to have a balance, But yeah, I'm just adding that on to the previous message. But yeah, guys, like, live your best life. Make the best out of your situation. And that does not mean that you don't love God and all that. Like, no. Because God checks me when I'm wrong. Like I said, like, he makes sure I'm on the right path. And when it's time for me to have my fun, he tells me. He'll be like, I mean, I have wine for 3 months. And then he'll say, next Friday you can have wine, because he'll show me a vision of a glass of wine. But I'm like, yes. And then my bestie will come over and we'll have wine. And then he'll tell me which dates to go on vacation. I can't go when I want to go. He has to tell me when to go. So it's like there's a balance. You see where I'm coming from? There's a balance. And God lets me have my fun when I want to have my fun. He lets me balance myself out. But people will try to restrict you and tell you, oh, you doing this is bad, you doing that is bad. And it's like, and in both communities, spiritual and, the church community, one second, in both communities, and then when they see someone like who loves God doing their thing, and then they wonder why people are being blessed. It's kind of like, okay, how come this person's blessed? I don't do half of the stuff they're doing. I don't wear makeup. I don't, listen to this music. I don't. How come they're blessed? Because people still love God, and they know God tells them what to do and what not to do. But God doesn't want to restrict them. So why should man restrict certain people? You know what I mean? You can't take yourself outside a box and put yourself into another box. It doesn't make sense. I'm gonna be honest. I felt more in a box being in a spiritual community than, just completely just separating myself from it. And just having my relationship with God and just that's it. You know what I mean? I felt more in a box. Because I felt like I had so much pressure to do certain things. And it's like you're walking on eggshells. He doesn't want his people walking on eggshells, especially his gifted people. Yeah, you're supposed to use your discernment, in both worlds. But it's like, just don't walk on eggshells, guys. And just don't walk on eggshells, guys. And that's what he was saying too in like Jeremiah 8. He was just basically saying, my people are not happy. My people are not happy. Because he doesn't want us to be miserable. He wants us to be happy. There's certain time for certain things, and God will tell you, but don't limit yourself. You know what I mean? Love you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.